scran and blether, come on in, scran and blether, welcome to good food and good chat. Come have a chat.
Good morning, Scran and Blether Kitchen. So this morning I am waiting on my very good friend James coming. He's a very talented hairdresser and he's coming to do my hair, not before time. The big grey roots are in. So to make him a little gift to take away, I'm going to do a chocolate chip banana loaf. And the reason I'm doing a chocolate chip banana loaf is I happen to have bananas that are just the right amount of ripeness. Even darker than that would be good, soft and squishy. So I'm going to make the banana loaf. It's really easy and really quick. I don't have a lot of time because he's due here soon and I want it in the oven before he gets here. So I'm going to do that. So the recipe is 200 grams of mushed up bananas. So I've put 200 grams in this bowl just to show you how quick it is. Mush up the banana, 200 grams of that. You just mush these up with a fork so they're really soft and mushy. And this is it. Squish. Right, so that's really quick. That's them mushed because they were overripe, and that's what you want, overripe. So 200 grams of that. Now this is a £2 loaf tin I'm using for this one. He's getting a larger one. I only have not enough banana. I don't have another 200 grams of banana. And because that was two sort of small bananas I had for that one, and I've got 1.5 left, so I'm going to make a smaller one for ourselves, a little £1 loaf tin. So this is my £2 loaf tin. You can grease and line, but I'm using one of these ready done things, so I'm just going to put that in and that'll be fine like that. So there's 200 grams of banana. I'm going to put this into a bowl, and I'm just going to zero the bowl on the scale because I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients straight into the bowl. Actually, I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients straight into the bowl, so I might as well put the banana in the bowl. Right, let's shove this banana in the bowl. There we go. Don't waste any. I'm out with a spatula. Don't waste any. Banana in the bowl. And I can really smell those overripe bananas. They're really pungent, and that's what you want when you're doing banana bread. So that's there. Keep that for later. Right, so now I'll zero the bowl. Zero the bowl. Right, and you want 200 grams of ripe banana, 100 grams of softened butter. And when you say softened butter, you want to be able to squish it, see, like that, soft, squishy, that's softened. So that is 100 grams of softened butter right in the bowl. There we go. Softened butter. 2 large eggs. Now I'm going to put the eggs, as I said before, in the own dish, cracked on the work surface, not in the bowl, because the outside of the shells could be dirty. That egg's fine, and that egg's fine. So now they're not going in and wasting any other ingredients. I checked that they were okay in their own separate bowl first. So 2 eggs, and half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda and half a teaspoon of baking powder. I'll just put that through the sieve. Half a teaspoon of that one. Just make sure that's level. Half a teaspoon of that one. And flour. I'll just zero this again. And flour. It is plain flour, 150 grams plain flour. 150 grams of plain flour. This is pre-sifted, but I always just sift again. $150 and 150 grams of caster sugar. So I'll just put that 300 in that bit. Perfecto. It's just slightly over, and just take a wee pinch back out. $300. Perfect. Right, and 2 tablespoons of milk. I think I'll just double check my recipe. Yeah, 2 tablespoons of milk. 1, 2, and I'd put the milk in this little jug to leave it out at room temperature, because I've said before, your eggs, your butter, your milk, all mixes better when you're doing any kind of baking if it's at room temperature. So I'm just going to mix this until it's combined. Hold your ears. That's it. It's all combined and looks like that. Then you put in your chocolate chips. 100 grams of chocolate chips. I'll put half in now, just a little bit more than half in. I'll tell you for why. Mix that. Chocolate chips are heavy and they can tend to sort of sink to the bottom. So I'm just putting sort of half to 3/4 of those in now. Then I'll put this in here. And then I'll sprinkle the rest on the top, and they will sink down. So this is a little spout in it. I'll try pouring it in because it's quite a loose mixture. Yeah. And there we go. The oven is heating at 140 fan. Well, it'll be heated by now. Heating at 140 fan. And this will take about 55 minutes to bake. That is quite long, but it is on at a lower temperature, and that's what you do when you're doing a banana loaf. It's usually a lower and slower process. So that is that. Super easy, super simple, very, very quick and delicious. Give it a little sugar, and then I'll just sprinkle the rest of the chocolate chips on, and they will sink down into it. So they'll. That's those. I'll poke them in just a little bit, but yeah, they definitely will. Just poke them in a little with a fork. Now, optional, you could also put in 100 grams of chopped nuts, any nuts you like raw, unsalted obviously. Maybe some walnuts or chopped up pecans would be lovely with this. I'm not going to put nuts in this one, I'm just doing it as it is, but maybe do that next time. Do a nutty one, see what it's like. Right, and that goes in the oven. I'll let you see it when it's done. Quick. Well, the banana loaf has just come out of the oven, and I've got a confession to make. I made a mistake with my measurements because I doubled the recipe, because I usually make a £1 one. I doubled the recipe and I forgot to double the bicarbonate of soda and the baking powder. So it would have been 1 teaspoon of each, not a half a teaspoon of each. However, I've just brought it out the oven and it does look okay. So I may have to give my friend the one that I've not made a mistake on. We'll see how they both turn out, but this one's just came out the oven, so I'll just show you. And there it is, nice and golden brown. Maybe it would have been slightly more risen. Maybe. However, real life mistakes. So we'll see what it's like. It looks okay. It looks like actually it's risen okay. So yeah, I'll see if the other one comes out much higher, having put the proper measurements in. And whatever's the best one will be the one that my friend gets. So I'm going to make something else as well, in case that one's a disappointment. So you leave it to cool in its tin for 10 minutes, and once it comes out the tin and I put it on a cooling rack, I will give another little peek. So both banana breads are out the oven, and it looks like maybe my large one didn't rise as much as it should have. However, my friend's arrived, so he can take a slice and see what he thinks, and we'll see which one's the best. So here they both are, the smaller one and the larger one. And there they are, cooling nicely. As I say, there's not a lot of difference in the rise in them. So this one it's actually not half, it's like 1.5 times what that one should be. So when you look at them, yeah, I think the large one at the back should be a little higher. So slight mistake with the leavening agents, but I'm sure they'll be delicious. So we'll cut them and we'll see. Well, while my hair's getting ready, the cake is cooling. Well, it's cooled. I just decided to make a little lemon drizzle cake for my friend to take, in case this hasn't turned out as best. So there's the big one in the middle and the smaller one. It did rise okay, so I'm sure it's going to be fine. So I will give my friend the larger one, and I will cut a little bit of the smaller one and move on to here, just to give it a little taste test, see if it's all right. Let's see. It seems really sticky. Sticky moist cake. Yeah, and exactly what I said would happen has happened with the chocolate chips. They're heavy, so they sink down to the bottom. It will not take away from my enjoyment of this cake, I am sure. So, the moment of truth. Here we go. Oh, that is good. Very moist and sticky and gooey. And the chocolate, I've used dark chocolate chips. You could use milk chocolate chips. I'm more a fan of dark chocolate, and I think it really, really goes well with the banana. And if you're using a banana that's really overripe, it's a lot more banana strong flavour, which complements really nicely the dark chocolate. It needs that, I think, for a banana cake or a banana loaf. This is heavenly. Really, really nice. I mean, it's completely cooled, but the chocolate almost still feels melty, like it does when you've got like a chocolate pudding with warm chocolate in it. It's really, really nice. This is a dangerous one for me. I could see me eating loads of that. So yeah, I'm going to save it a little bit because we've not had lunch. So I'm going to make a little savoury something for lunch, and then I'll eat the rest of that later. So another one definitely to make. And with regards to the little mix up with the raisin agents on the larger one, it did actually rise okay. So a teaspoon of each. Yeah, definitely try it again with a teaspoon of each. It might be somewhere in between 3/4 and 3/4, but I won't know till I make it again. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get more bananas and make it again exactly as I was supposed to make it in the first place and see if there's much of a difference. The last time I made this, I'm sure it looked pretty similar to it looks now, so who knows? I look like an alien. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. If you make it, I hope you enjoy it. And let me know how you got on with your measurements, doing it right. This is what happens. The reason was I was rushed. I was in a hurry, thinking James is going to get here any second. I want the cake in the oven before he arrives, so all I need to do is take it out and let it cool, and it won't disturb me getting my hair done, which badly needs done. So that was it, and I wanted him to have something nice to take away. But I'm sure it'll still be nice because this one's delicious. So I'm sure it'll still be nice. And yeah, I'll make it again. We'll see if it turns out any better. I pretty much think it'll be similar to it as now. It has risen. So he can tell me, he can cut a bit of his and tell me and send a little picture of the inside and see if it's happened the same as that with the chocolate chips sinking down to the bottom. There are some still through the top, but yeah, mostly the ones that were mixed through have sunk right down. Yeah. So nice. Something sweet and tasty for the weekend.
Scran and blether, scran and blether, scran and blether. Come on in, scran and blether, scran and blether. Welcome to good food and good chat.